Florida Mac, he was a little baffled, wondering, well, how is it that Russia and Japan are now leading the way with American values, or at least upholding them, whereas in America, wow, has it ever gone bad? Well, I'll tell you why America has gone bad. It's because there's been all this jealousy of Americans, and the subterfuge is like the price of right. Price is right. This is how evil works. I'm going to show you how the Price is Right can tell you pretty much everything you need to know to get underneath the boil, or get underneath to lance the boil, but also to get underneath the tumor. Now, this is Price is Right circa 1980. Now, you can tell just by the clothing how people are reacting, and the age groups of everybody and their natural clothes, that this is not rigged. This is not like sort of a paid audience that you have now. All the audiences are contrived. Now you've got your 4 contestants, and here comes Bob Barker, and he used to say, come on down. Now I'm going to show you how it works. This is how evil works. I'm not saying Bob Barker's evil necessarily, or anything, except that this is just the nature of the beast. You saw that audience too, isn't that cool? Wasn't that a great time, 1980? Oh my God. Too bad I was too young to go to the Price is Right. A new pair of rockers. But this is, see, what you're going to witness is how anyone can become evil just by how they go about bidding on this stuff. Because you'll find that invariably the person will say, "What did those other people bid?" Right, and then they'll add $1 more. So you see.
350.
Okay, there's the first woman who was called, and then it depends on the line you're in. If you're the last person, you win.
450.
It's always this last one. See, watch. 456, so $6. She bid the most. 550 for rockers. Wow, that's a lot of money for 2 rockers. But you see, that was the value of furniture back then. But basically, what I want you to know is that this is how evil works. They don't have to think. All they have to do is bid $1 more than the last bidder. And so that's how America has fallen, is because evil doesn't have to think. All they have to do is one-up you on whatever you do. All they have to do is do the absolute, the opposite of what Americans do. So let's just take Christianity, for example. Actually, the best example of Christianity is American style. I'm not saying, because they've incorporated the wild and woolliness of Americans, and the dancing and the music and the joie de vivre. Like even Alexis de Tocqueville, when he described the American, he said in a snapshot, if you want to look at an American, just think of a train going and a guy running up and jumping on that train. Like, that's kind of cool, isn't it? And Lin Yutang said the scamp will save the world. So isn't America a little bit scampy? A little bit like a scamp? And it's also born in the year of the monkey. So anyways, how the Price is Right can actually show you and explain to you, just if you're baffled by evil. Now, I'm not saying these people are evil, or that this last contestant is evil. She just wants to win that prize, and she's doing what it takes. And unfortunately, what it takes is extremely easy. All you have to do is to just one-up the last person, or destroy Christianity, or destroy what you think of as a Christian value, especially as expressed in American style. So you could take that the whole world, what the whole world needs is a Christianity American style. But forget about the Apostle Paul, because the Apostle Paul is not the Bible. He is not the apostle to the Gentiles. In fact, as we know about human nature and about narcissism, there's always something that takes you back. When there's progress made, there's something that takes you back. You go 1 step forward, 2 steps backward. Well, Paul is 2 steps backwards. Paul was actually 2 steps backwards. Looking back in hindsight, just like Don Rickles, Paul is sort of like Don Rickles. because they often are bald, like Ignatius Loyola. And the Mormons apparently believe that Paul still roams the earth. Paul never dies. Isn't that interesting? Kind of like a vampire, isn't it? Vampire. Okay. They just bid $1 more than the last one. Now there's a sweet little old lady. Now let's just. I want to see this because she's got to lose because everyone's going to overbid her. If. Let's see what the. Where's my thing here? They're just going to overbid her. Like usually, it's the last person overbids.
And what do you do down in San Diego?
Not much at my age.
Yeah, all the waitresses nowadays, you know what they're doing in the fancy restaurants? They're saying,
does one stop doing much?
what are your plans for this evening?
You gotta ask somebody older than me.
Like J. Edgar Hoover. You should be saying to your waitress, that's absolutely none of your business. As a server, you're supposed to shut up. And why are you taking 10 to 15% of the profits when you have no overhead? But anyways.
Here for you to bid on next. What do we
It's a
have?
1 ounce bar of gold.
A 1 ounce bar of gold. Ah, well, she might get it.
This 1 ounce bar of gold is certified to be 9 trans 4
And a van?
of standard equipment.
What a gorgeous van!
Conditioning, auxiliary
Ha!
cruise control, power window, heavy duty shocks, and California units.
Oh my God, it's a camper van.
Prize worth $14,100.
Oh, this is after the fact. This is like the big one. Okay, let me see what they all bid for that ounce of gold.
You gotta ask somebody older than me.
See? Oh, the young one
You
again.
can add.
See?
How's it
Watch.
even, Eugene?
425?
He says 425. What do you say, Marianne?
550.
$550?
$550. The actual price of the gold is $666, and Marianne.
It's always, you know, the one who tops everybody else. Well, this is just enlightening.